You have been told that the solution to your relationship problems is to love harder. This is a critical design flaw. You cannot redline an engine with a cracked block and expect it to perform. Trying to force more emotional energy through a compromised system doesn't lead to elevation. It leads to catastrophic failure. The problem isn't the intensity of your love. It's the structural integrity of the vessel you're flying. The constant turbulence you experience is not a sign that you are unlovable. It is a data point indicating a system's engineering problem. And today, we run the diagnostics. Welcome to the hangar. Before any flight, a pilot conducts a meticulous pre-flight check. We're going to do the same for your relational flight system, examining it across 3 critical axes. This is the Triple-Axis Diagnostic. First, Axis 1, psychology. This is your hardware, the core wiring of your nervous system. The foundational blueprints for this hardware were laid down early in your operational history, a concept mapped by psychologist John Bowlby in his work on attachment theory. Imagine your capacity for connection is a hot air balloon. The vast fabric envelope is your sense of safety in the world, and the cables connecting it to the basket are your attachment bonds. For many of us, early flight missions involved significant turbulence, resulting in what we call attachment trauma. These are not catastrophic failures. They are micro-tears in the fabric of the envelope. Now, when a new partner brings heat, intimacy, connection, vulnerability, the internal pressure in your balloon increases. But if the envelope is compromised with these micro-tears, that precious energy, that warmth, immediately begins to escape. We call this thermal leakage. It's that chronic, low-grade feeling that no matter how good things seem, something is about to go wrong. Your system's prime directive is survival, not romance. So when it detects this critical loss of pressure, it hits the red line. Your nervous system overrides all higher functions and triggers a threat response. Emotional flooding, shutdown, or a desperate need to escape. You are not sabotaging your relationship. Your hardware is simply executing a safety protocol to prevent a perceived catastrophic failure. The system is working perfectly. It's just running an outdated program based on compromised hardware. Next, Axis 2, spirituality. This is your software, the operational code and energy frequency you broadcast. This system operates on a fundamental law of physics, the law of resonance. Your external reality is a high-fidelity reflection of your internal frequency. Let's go back to our balloon. The payload in your basket is your energetic signature, and the propane fueling your burner is your life force. Many of us are flying with what I call karmic sandbags tied to the basket. These are the unresolved energetic signatures from previous flight failures, the betrayals, the abandonments, the disappointments. Each one is a dense, low-frequency packet of data that acts as ballast. This excess weight creates a gravity trap, tethering you to the same low-altitude experiences, the same repeating patterns, the same type of partners. You might have the most pristine balloon envelope, but if your payload is too heavy, you will never achieve liftoff. To ascend to a higher paradigm of relationship, one built on mutual respect, security, and co-creation, the frequency of your payload must be recalibrated. You must match the vibrational signature of your desired destination. You cannot power a high-performance aircraft with contaminated, low-octane fuel. It is a simple matter of physics. You must jettison the dead weight to change your altitude. Finally, Axis 3, relationships. This is your navigation and propulsion system, governed by the laws of polarity. Think of the ancient principle of yin and yang. This is not about gender. It is about magnetic charge. A healthy relationship requires an energetic differential to create flow, excitement, and forward momentum. In our balloon, this is the burner valve and the airflow. The burner, which provides thrust, is your passion. The navigation, which steers you, is your communication. The most common malfunction I see here is polarity decay. This occurs when two partners, often in an attempt to create harmony, neutralize their energetic charges. They both become schedulers, or they both become dreamers. The magnetic differential collapses, and the system stalls. You enter a state of inert turbulence. When polarity decays, the burner sputters. Passion fails because there is no longer a dynamic tension to fuel it. Simultaneously, your navigation system gets jammed with static. Without a high-fidelity communication link, a protocol for denoising your transmissions. You cannot make the subtle course corrections required to navigate challenges. Mismatched magnetic charges and poor signal quality mean you are flying blind, with no thrust, in a storm. The system is designed to fail. Now that the diagnostic is complete, we initiate flight protocols. These are not theories, they are operational procedures. Grab a notebook or open a file. This is your pre-flight checklist. Protocol 1. System scanning. We need to get a baseline reading. I want you to honestly rate your system across the 3 axes, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is critical failure and 10 is optimal performance. First, hardware integrity. How safe and expansive do I feel when intimacy increases? Rate it. A low score indicates thermal leakage. Second, fuel purity. How often do the same negative patterns and outcomes appear in my connections? A low score indicates a heavy karmic load. Third, navigational accuracy. Is there a clear, dynamic flow of energy and high-fidelity communication in my relationship, or does it feel stagnant and confusing? A low score indicates polarity decay. Do not judge the numbers. Data is simply data. This is your starting coordinate. Protocol 2. Frequency recalibration. This is your first standard operating procedure for recoding your software. Step 1. Isolate one karmic sandbag you identified in your scan. Let's use the example. I always attract emotionally unavailable partners. Step 2. Engage your logic circuits, not your emotional feedback loop. Analyze the data point. What is the core belief frequency? It might be, I am not worthy of consistent presence. Step 3. Define the operational opposite, the new frequency you want to install. For example, I am a vibrational match for partners who are emotionally present, consistent, and available for deep connection. Step 4. Run the simulation. For 5 minutes every day, you will close your eyes and synthetically generate the feeling state of this new reality. Feel the certainty. Feel the safety. Feel the calm. This is not wishful thinking. This is targeted software installation. You are creating a new neural pathway, a new energetic signature that the universe must respond to. That is the law. Your relationship failures are not a moral failing. They are not evidence of you being broken. They are a systems engineering problem. Your hardware needs an upgrade. Your software needs a patch, and your navigation needs recalibration. You have the diagnostics. You have the initial protocols. The flight is now in your hands.